Okay, hello anyone who's watching this, including Dice, hopefully. I am Splinter Cell in-game name, and I'll be showing you some problems with the missiles. So first off, this is the EU Talon, flying at full speed. My partner in crime, Unknown Soldier, is flying the Talon. I am flying the Daragon, which is the back gunship. As you see, I'm going to fire off 10 missiles. As you see, I don't think any of them hit, and pretty much they all went in different directions. 90-degree turns, upper right, upper left, bomb right, bomb left. So that's the first problem. Going straight, shot from behind, the missiles miss. Okay, now here we have Town flying with evasive maneuvers, still firing directly from the behind. So once again, Unknown Soldier is going to be flying the Talon. I myself am the Daragon. And he's going to be doing some evasive maneuvers, what you'd pretty much see in vanilla Battlefield 2142 everyday servers. So he's going back and forth. As you saw, they got near him and then they did a turn down to the bomb left, much like we saw before. And this is pretty much what you'd see in vanilla. Pilots just going around doing curves. Of course, there's ways to combat this, but this is the main way most pilots will be shooting down and tracking an enemy gunship. And this is the way I would shoot down a Daragon, but it does not work for the EU Talon, for obvious reasons. So now he's going to be hovering by holding the S key, so it's pretty much engaging hover mode. As you see from this broadside, it hits him, and then also has 2 or 3 shots, and then once again 2 or 3 shots, and they'll hit him. So this is when he's just hovering S mode, which makes sense. Okay, now he's going to be tapping W while kind of hovering, and so look at that. Because his engines were back, it went right through him. So his engines now were not back. They're in pretty much S hover mode. It hits him. Halfway, it will hit him. But when his engines were fully back, it missed, as you saw right there. And that is quite fascinating. So his engines were slightly back there, and it misses. And hover mode, it hits. I hope this can be replicated many more times. I think it can, and it explains also why the missiles missed when he's in full speed flight, because his engines are back. Okay, firing at a Talon coming in head on. So this works pretty well actually, and the reason for that is it hits the cockpit, not the back of the engines. So you're pretty much going to get a good hit ratio, pretty much the same as the Daragon. But as you see, once again, from behind, I did hit him once. He's not full speed yet, but one miss still, and that's 50%. And I think it's even less usually. I probably got lucky there. So firing head on, a few of those hit, 2 for sure. Maybe I fired 4, so that's 50%. It'd be the same as the Daragon. But as you see, that's the easiest way to take down Talon, and that's because they're turning into his side, and not going exactly at the engines, which I think is a problem, but probably isn't. So now Daragon's going to be flying straight, much like the Talon did, flying straight, going full speed. As you see, direct hit, beautiful. So an obvious problem there. Now the gunship is going to be gunship firing on the pack transport, and there is some obvious lock-on issues, but it hits 50% of the time. It's interesting though, because it does have the problem that the Talon has, but it's a lot rarer in both the gunships, as you saw right there and right there. So the problem does persist in both transports, because I think they have outer engines. which are kind of cased differently, but not as bad as the Talon. So as you saw, 2 missiles there just missed, and that is very odd. You see how arced up and then went right away. So overall, I find it's worse on the Talon, and then but even on the on the transports, maybe a bit worse on the EU transport, and it's very rare issue. It does happen though on the Daragon. So we're just going to be a lot of footage here, just showcasing the problem that's also in the transports, showing it's not just the EU gunship. And from that look of it, you saw they both separate side to side, and it looks like when they get near those engines, and they just go haywire. Not exactly sure. I will be getting a battle recording soon, so you guys could see it even closer up. Okay, now gunship firing on the EU transport, counterpart of the PAC transport, which was just being fired on. Okay, switching up with, once again, unknown soldier. He helped me out with all these stunts on an empty server. It was ranked, it was vanilla. He did say there's a possible latency issue, so lag may cause it to be worse, he said. We haven't confirmed this at the moment, but it's possible. So as you see, exact same thing on the EU transport as on the PAC transport and the Talon also. Some hit, but some just go haywire. Yep, there's another haywire. Well, the next one hits. Not sure if there's a lock-on range, because I think there's a lock-on range for the transports. But as you saw right there, it went right into the hull, it looked like, and then it went away, which makes no sense at all. So pretty much, that's it. As you saw him, I could still take him down pretty easily when you do fire a swarm of missiles. I'm not sure, maybe in the swarm they hit better. But thank you very much for watching this. As you see, I gotta thank Unknown Soldier a lot for helping me out. Goodbye.